Welcome back to the Arbitress. In today's class, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful cone sleeve that we see here. It's a very simple DIY sleeve and it's really elegant, as you have seen. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. So making a cone sleeve is very easy to make. What you need is your fabric and your interfacing. I'm using gum stay in this case. And the fabric I'm using here is Mikado, but you can use any fabric of your choice. So what you need to do, what you need for a cone sleeve is a half circle flare. But I'm going to be cutting a full circle flare because I'm cutting both the lining and the main fabric on the same material. But if you're working with different material, all you just need to do is to fold your fabric in a triangular form like this, like you're cutting a half circle flare. So for me, I'm going to put this on fold into 2 first, and then after that I'm going to fold again into 4. That's because I'm cutting both the lining and the fabric together. So when you're folding, you have to take note of the length that you want for your sleeve. That's what you're going to use to fold. Okay, for me around 8 to 9 inches is fine. So I'm just arranging my fabric very well, and then I'm putting it on fold. Okay, so after that, now you start marking from here like you will do for your flare. You mark the length of the cone. So here I'm working with 9 inches. So from the starting point here, I'm going to mark the 9 inches all around, and I'll connect it and cut it out. Okay, so now I'm connecting what I have marked together, and then I'm going to grab my scissors and cut. So after cutting it, what I'm going to do is to divide this into 2. Remember I said I'm cutting both my main fabric and lining together. What you actually need is a half circle like this. So now I'm going to divide this into 2 so that I'll have my lining and my main fabric separate. Okay, so now this is what I have. You can see that. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and add my interface. I've added interfacing to one of it. Okay, you can add to the 2. This is just a gum stay. If you want it really structured, you can also add color stay to it. So what I'm going to do now is to place the lining and the main fabric on top of each other like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and run a stitch on the curved part on my sewing machine. So you're going to sew round the curved part. This straight part is going to be left open. So I've gone ahead to sew it, as you can see. Now what you need to do is to open it up and flip to the right side. So you take it to the sewing machine and iron it well, to the ironing table, sorry, and then you're going to iron. You can see it's still puffy. So I'm going to go ahead now and iron this well. So after ironing it, if you have a serger, you can serge this part before you sew so that it can be neat as well. Okay, so I have ironed this. You can see now that it is looking flat, no longer looking puffy. So after making sure that you have cleaned this edge, you can use your bias, you can use your serger. All you just need to do is to fold like this into 2, and then you're going to run a stitch to hold it. Then we'll flip it to the right side. So you can see it's very easy to make. So I've sewn it, as you can see. So after sewing it, what I'm going to do is to flip to the right side. Make sure that you reduce your seam allowance so that the cone can be sharp. So you can see you bring out your cone like this, and this is what you're going to have. Okay, so this part where we join it is going to be what we're going to tack to the shoulder. You should have like a strap, like a small sleeve on your shoulder where you can tack these two. So we're going to tack this part to the shoulder so that's not going to be showing on the lower part. So I'll just take it to the mannequin to show you what this is going to look like. So this is what it looks like on the mannequin. I just placed it on the shoulder, so you just tack it to whatever sleeve or strap that you have there, so that it can just stand like that. You can see how beautiful this looks. I hope you enjoyed making this with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.